like us.
And Governor, there's concern that the straw poll phenomenon might be waning in Iowa. In the Iowa straw poll, I've been the MC of it before. It's a raucous, fun event. People have to pay to get into the straw poll. It's like, I think $30, something like that was when I hosted it. But they're concerned that you might not be in the straw poll. I don't know if you've already determined that or not. But this is what Jeb Bush said a few days ago.
If I go beyond the consideration of this and be an active candidate, I'm going to campaign hard here. And I just don't do straw polls.
What's your reaction to that and your approach here?
Well, I love Iowa. I actually lived there for about 7 years as a kid, from 1970 to 77. My dad was a minister at the First Baptist Church of Plainfield, a big town of about 450. But we'll make an announcement about a month from now as to what our intentions are after our state's budget's done. We haven't made any commitments for anything that requires a candidate until we're officially there. But whether we are in or not in, and whether we're in or not in that straw poll or any others, we're going to make, if we get in as a candidate, we're going to make a strong play in Iowa. Actually, the neat thing about being around the country is if we chose to get in, I don't think there's a state out there we wouldn't play in. I mean, other than maybe Florida, where Jeb Bush and Marco Rubio are, listen, some of the polls essentially tied, and they're going to eat up a good amount of that financial advantage that Governor Bush is going to have. Remember, Rick Scott spent something like $100 million
a lot
running for governor there last year, so it won't be that much, but a good chunk of that will be going up to the Florida primary. But short of that, and I think our message, common sense, conservative reform, if we were to get in this election, could play just about anywhere out there. And I think, if we ultimately ended up being a candidate, we'd be focused on the caucus in Iowa and the primaries in places like New Hampshire and South Carolina on down the line.
The president spoke